like something that my family always asks me and friends will ask me is like, what is it about wrestling? Like, what is it about like a show like this that would make you, get on a plane and travel all these miles and connections and hotels and all that stuff? And, to be honest, I'm really not sure. There's just this, I don't know if any true wrestling fan could say like what exactly, specifically what it is that they like, but it's everything. It's the drama, it's the showmanship, it's the psychology of the whole thing. It's just fascinating to see these two guys in the ring, and whether it's 300 people or 3,000 people or 100,000 people, but they can have all those people in their hands. They make them cheer, they make them boo, and you get this emotional response out of you. You worry about them when they're in pain, or it's just fascinating, and it's these guys are geniuses at what they do. It's athletics, it's drama, it's comedy, it's everything rolled into one. Like, it really is, for me, it's the ultimate show. Well, I made this decision to come all the way from England for the show, and my main motivation for coming over was the pictures. So, it's something tangible, it's something physical that you can take back, you can show your friends, and just getting to meet those legends, those heroes that you grew up with when you were a child and you were watching them, and you get to tell them what they meant to you for all those years, and it's just amazing. It's been worth everything.
A lot of people make this like their vacation spot for the summer, and a lot of people all over the country come in for this. Compared to the other ones, they're more of a New Jersey, New York-based convention where fans come in from like the tri-state area. But here, it seems like everybody flocks to Greg's conventions from all over the country, even United Kingdom as well.
There's some successful ones in the Northeast, but they limit themselves to a day or two. Well, this one, there's something going on for 3 or 4 days. So this is really the biggest. It's a destination summer vacation, and I just think it's my favorite. Plus, it's got the Southern flavor. Not that I don't want the people up north, the Yankees, to get mad at me. We like them too, but I like coming back to Charlotte. Yeah, I always stay busy at the Fan Fest because I've got the Cornette's Collectibles booth, and I'm here most of the time. I have a traditional 10 to midnight Q&A on Thursday night. I host the Hall of Heroes banquet on Friday, and also they got me parking cars, occasionally doing some room service orders. So I really stay busy for the whole 4 days.
Here, it's the legends. It's what made this business. I mean, we wouldn't have a wrestling business if it wasn't for these guys. And this is the kind of thing. Like I said, I'm old school, so I'd rather be around 60-year-old men than people my age. But it's a completely different thing. If you're into the history of the sport, this is really the place to be, because it's all right here. You have everyone from Billy Robinson to Terry Funk to Danny Hodge. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I think that's a big appeal of conventions like this, is for wrestlers like myself to have an opportunity to come and see guys you haven't seen in a long time. Just kind of, like you said, reconnect. I reconnected with Danny Hodge. I hadn't seen since I was 7 years old. Yeah, it's awesome. See Harley Race, see a bunch of the guys that I go way back with. It's a great thing.
I'm looking forward to going around and seeing some of the guys. I don't really know who's here. I'm looking forward to getting surprised.
It's been a really treat for me. I like coming here and meeting the fans, of course, but I think for all of the wrestlers, it's extra cherry on top to get to see people that you haven't seen in a long time.
The Hall of Heroes banquet, to me, for a lot of people, has gotten to be the highlight of Fan Fest, because last year it was a Memphis flavor. So I got to introduce people that would induct Lance Russell and Dave Brown and the fabulous Jackie Fargo and Don Fargo. And this year it was a heavy Texas flavor with guys like Joe Blanchard and the Funks either presenting or being inducted. It's always a chance for everybody. Sooner or later, you're going to get your childhood hero. So, and all of them were mine, so I really have fun with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, to induct Greg and Johnny Valentine into the Hall of Heroes in 2010, please welcome pro wrestling legend and body shop owner, Jerry Briscoe.
Hey, Jerry!
Following Mr. Cornette here, what a job it's going to be, but I'm just glad I didn't have to follow JR.
I started, I think, in 1973, 74, and if it hadn't been for an injury, he'd probably be in the ring tonight. I mean, the guy's still competing, he's still a tremendous guy. But the little-known facts about both the Valentines, not only were they great brawlers, great fighters, great wrestlers in the ring, they're great people.
You don't get the chance really to sit in a room with a current crop of the best NFL players, or the England World Cup team, and shake hands with them and buy the captain a beer and like hang out with them. Like, that's not something that you really get to do in a lot of forms of entertainment and sports. And one of the best things about wrestling, and what this weekend means to me the most, and what it probably means to everybody that was here, is it's just so accessible.
I'd always wanted to see all the wrestlers that I, grew up watching in my childhood, but the biggest draw for me was Sid Vicious. I wanted to do something that was unique, something that was different, and I know that Sid has always been billed as 6'9", and I'm 5'10", so I wanted to do a stare down with him, and it was so awesome because when we got up there, he's a really nice guy, and I asked him kind of, on the slide, I said, hey, we do a stare down, and you look at me real mean. And so we're sitting there, and he gets right in my face. And he goes into this phase 1 of the stare down. It's okay. But then all of a sudden he gets really intense, and he just gets right toes to toes, nose to nose. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to just keep it together. But he almost scared me. I almost flinched a little bit. So great picture, though.
Okay, well, this is just a few of the pictures from the weekend, and they all tell a different story, from being a fan. I mean, obviously, this was the one every guy wanted to get, the bikini shot of the sunny poolside. So, that was a lot of fun. That's something that going to make a lot of my guy friends jealous with, I'm pretty sure.
Greg Price sent me a message on Facebook about a month ago, and he's like, hey, I've got a great idea. It's never been done. You want to do this? And I'm like, great idea. It could probably bring in a lot of, cash. I said, but right now, I never show up in public in a bikini. I said, give me a couple weeks, let me get in the gym and diet a little harder, and I'll let you know where we're at. Well, 2 weeks ago, I told him, all right, you know what, let's do it. Let's advertise it. And you know what, it was a great turnout. We had over 50 people, and it was fun, actually. No place I'd rather be than poolside in a bikini anyway, so.
And Rocky Johnson, Rock's dad, and Tony Atlas. It's almost been like the Tony Atlas weekend for me because he was the guest I got to sit with at dinner at the Hall of Heroes, and a couple of times I've been grabbing some food at the bar, like Tony's been sat next to me, so I keep seeing him over and over, and he's just a larger-than-life personality, just a real nice, down-to-earth guy, like real funny, been cracking everybody up, and that laugh's been booming all over the hotel everywhere you go, so it's been real special.
Get to meet and interact with the wrestlers, and they're not real standoffish, they're not so high on themselves that they won't talk to you, and every once in a while you meet somebody really special and really nice, and it just makes the whole weekend really worthwhile.
It's just a very special feeling, it's and it's very addictive, and I'm coming back next year.
I'm lost for words, to be honest. I just won the 2010 Hall of Heroes Legends belt. They announced the number, and I had to look at my raffle ticket couple times, and I even asked him to repeat it because I've never won anything before in my life, and to win this belt on the last day of Fanfest has definitely capped off my weekend, greatest weekend of my life. Words can't express what I'm feeling right now.
That's what this business is all about, the fans. When I was with the WWF, never had a chance to really deal with the fans. They weren't allowed to get close to us, and they all have stories to tell.
But it's amazing that the trivia and the stuff that they remember from years ago, not just at this convention, but just wrestling fans in general, we'll do something that really made a difference in their lives, and a lot of times they have an opportunity to share that with you.
They know my career probably better than I know myself, Sometimes they bring up things, and I have to sit there and think about it for a second, and I go, oh, yeah, I remember that now.
Either they bring something you'd forgotten about, or they remind you of something, or it's just nice that there's been that much impression you've made on them that they remember it after all this time.
I was kind of scared coming to an appearances like this, autograph signings, that people might not remember. Some people were little kids, and some people may not be watching it anymore, and 2.5, 3 years being on TV, 10 years ago, people may not remember you. So I'm always a little worried when I get there at one of these signings, but the fans are great. They always say, I remember when you did this, or I remember when you did that, and a lot of the times they go, yeah, and I was 10 years old when that happened. I'm going, oh, no. So yeah, it's fun. I like tapping into people's brains and getting a little glimpse, because we are just like a snapshot of their memory, and it's interesting and it's fun to hear their stories and stuff and what they remember about me.
A lot of the times the wrestlers were thanking the fans, saying that they wouldn't be anything without us, and it's a reciprocal relationship. We're happy to see them, and they're happy to see us and put on a show for us, and that's the best thing. So as a fan, to come all this way and pay this money and fly all these miles, like it's all been worth it, without a doubt.